Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Mitrans webinar series 1. So before we begin, the important notice. So please switch off your microphone. So far everybody have switched off their phone. Okay, now so today the topic with so welcome to the Mitrans UiTM webinar series number 1 with the topic of logistic frontiers battling COVID-19. Here in Google Meet with two of our panelists, which is Dr. SHAHRIN, Deputy Director of Mitrans, and Cik Muhammad FAIZ HAKIM, which is Logistic Industry Expert. So before we begin, let's first recite Surah Al-Fatihah. Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Muhammad wa ala Sayyidina Muhammad. So may Allah protect us along this meeting. Okay, so a bit about what happening right now is actually facing
Dr. Kabir, you are breaking up.
Okay, I think Dr. Kabir is breaking up. Putus. Dr. Kabir, you are breaking up. Mungkin saya take over sekejap.
Okay, boleh dengar?
Maybe I also Encik FAIZ at this first of all, welcome everyone to this first webinar.
Hello, Dr. Clear?
Hai, Assalamualaikum.
Breaking lah. Okay,
Okay.
continue, right. So I hope that everyone can hear me. So first of all, I would like Encik FAIZ just to introduce himself before we go to make the discussion today. FAIZ.
Okay, thank you, Dr. SHAHRIN. And Dr. SHAHRIN is not just a professor in UiTM, he is also my senior in ITM. Yes, I was in ITM before. For those millennials out there, we were in the last century in Situ Tanjung. Yeah, I was. I started my studies in the year 1994 and graduated in 1998 at UiTM, BBA Transport. And then immediately after that, I got a job in Kelang Port Management. And then they changed the name to Northport. So I was there until until the year 2010. I left Northport to join my batchmate Azrul at Noble Star for a short 3-year stint. And Northport came calling back again, so they want me to go back there. So I went back to Northport, spent at least another 5 years at Northport, and then I left again when Northport is being bought over, acquired by MMC Ports. So Alhamdulillah, I started my own now. I'm on my own. Asia Global Total Logistics. That's my my setup right now. So that's where I am since 2016. Thank you.
Thank you, Encik FAIZ. As for myself, my name is SHAHRIN.
Now you are breaking up.
And I'm the Jaringan Industri dan Commercialization, Industrial Linkages and Commercialization. And I've been with UiTM for almost, I think, 23 years right now. And just a bit of one background, yes, like that Mr. FAIZ said, I was a senior when we did ADBA transport in ITM. I did my, and even one of my lecturers is here right now from Nomin, still here. Don't ask what is she has been here for many years also. Yeah.
Are we being judged?
Once a student, always a student. Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, and then I work in a forwarding company, very short stint, maybe in 2 years. At that time was in Subang Airport before I further my masters at Cardiff University, and I did my PhD in KTH Sweden in logistics. So there is a bit of our background. Of course, so today, I think since Dr. Gabi is the connection might not be quite good, I think I will be the moderator and also the panelist for today's session. So as everyone knows that right now we are in the midst of COVID-19 and a lot of information, a lot of speculation, a lot of things that have been discussed, and what is happening right now currently and what is next, and everyone is waiting to anxiously what will be the next step by the government every 2 weeks. Sama ada kita punya PKP ni sambung ke tidak, can we go to work again, the student will go back to school. So there's a lot of issues. But today what we're going to look at is more towards to the logistics and supply chain industry. And maybe the first question that we'd like to discuss is how do logistic companies cope with all this? And what are the specific strategies being used at this time of situation right now? So maybe Cik Faiz, you can start by giving your thoughts.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Shahrin. Basically, COVID-19, the pandemic, the MCO, have a different impact from company to company. So one company do not experience the same as the other one. But generally, I can categorize into 4. Okay. So number 1 is a company heavy on asset. Number 2, company that are low on asset, that they are operating lean. Number 3, company that are already online. The infrastructure for what you call the online infrastructure is ready, and the other one is pure offline brick and mortar companies. So I'll try to address this one by one. For those heavy on asset, they're gonna be a bit in a problem because when the MCO was introduced many weeks ago, suddenly all the assets need to be stopped. You know, the trucks, the heavy lifts, the forklifts, suddenly they just cannot move. So these are the company gonna have huge problem in terms of the flexibility to move to other business. But having said that, you go back to the essential business. The government allowed to continue to operate. The medical businesses, the food businesses, right? Let me just list it down: food, water, energy, communication, internet, security and defense, solid waste, public cleansing, healthcare, banking and finance, and e-commerce. So these are the things continue to operate. But for those who are heavy on asset but focusing on a different industry, that's going to be a huge problem. But if they are already somewhat in one of those listed under essential, so they're going to be okay. All right. Number 2 is low on asset. Okay. For companies that are low on asset, they are quite easy to maneuver. So they are more flexible. When I say this, because first and foremost, they don't have so much of a overhead to manage, so they can move. So most of these companies that are low on asset, they immediately go into medical consumables. Sekarang, right now, I'm experiencing a lot of movement of face masks, PPEs, foodstuff. So suddenly we have an increase of this kind of demand. Although right now my company is actually focusing more on the construction industry, but they are we can move because of the more flexibility, because we're not so heavy on asset. I'm going to give you an example like Tasco Berhad, prior to the MCO, they are more into electronic business, e-goods. So although they have freed up the non-essential services, they still have a problem, because I don't think e-goods it's already online, so they're gonna have a problem. Yeah. Number 3 is online ready businesses. Whoever already in the online business, they have their own website, they have their apps. They're gonna be the one enjoying this very very much. Unlike those number 4, the offline businesses like me, I'm having a lot of trouble. I'm just gonna give an example. What I'm doing right now. Immediately, I told my staff, I told my team, guys, let's go into social media and WhatsApp marketing and WeChat marketing when become the central in our operations. Yeah. So we also start promoting on LinkedIn, Twitter, IG, you name it. We diversify. So going into WeChat, we have access to China. Going to WhatsApp, we are all over the world. So inshallah, we can sustain between 3 to 6 months. Anything more than that, kaput. Anything more than that, kaput. Yeah. Alhamdulillah juga, the country has given a lot of incentive, a lot of push, stimuli to help us. So that easy up a bit in our day-to-day operation. Rental, moratorium on rental, utilities, vendors. So that helped us a lot actually. So thank you very much to Malaysian government. Yeah, I think that's about it for this question.
Right, thank you very much, FAIZ. Then I think what FAIZ mentioned, I think just now is towards how does company is responding to the COVID-19. I think one of the things that logistic company has done, I think, is more towards the crisis management plan right now. How they're going to manage what is happening right now. We're saying about 4 types of companies. Some of them are benefiting from this COVID-19. Some of them are less benefiting from this COVID-19. Like the essential services, where logistic company that is operating in pharmaceutical, medical supplies, on food. So I think I think at this particular time, they might be facing capacity constraint in terms of their trucks, in terms of their warehouse. I suppose that will be one of the things that they are facing. So for other companies which not in that particular industry, which might be, for example, handling electronics items, like just now, FAIZ mentioned about constructions, which have not been given full year to move 200% to produce. So they might have some problems in that particular aspect. So that's why the crisis management plan for every logistic company, I think they are trying to ensure that they can survive within this COVID period. So and diversification of a business at this particular time, something that some logistic company needs to think of. I have some of the SMEs logistics company which we survive with only one client, and I know that the client that they are serving right now is more towards constructions, and I'm not so sure what will happen to them if this PKP is masih lagi diteruskan and COVID-19 is still here. If they don't diversify immediately, I think they will have some problems to be sustainable in the logistics business, and it creates also a different perspective in terms of trying to source out where does your suppliers comes from. That's also another thing that people are trying to look at. So in this particular situation, my opinion is how the organization can basically diversify, roll out the crisis management plan, and if they are not in the essential services right now, they really need to look at on how to survive. Just like I mentioned just now, even his company, if kalau tak betul-betul 3 or 6 months kaput. And I think not only his company, a lot of companies facing that. kita pun tengok a lot of airlines company itself pun dah, a lot of companies they already asking government to bail out. Kan? Virgin Australia is already collapsed. Even in Malaysia pun the same thing. They have Asia also is asking for government funding. And at this particular stage, that's why the government support for all these, especially SMEs, logistics company, I think is on the right track. And hopefully that it can help the organizations to plan themselves and to face not only during the conflict but also the post-conflict aspect after this. Okay, then FAIZ, I will go to the next question. I think one of the important thing for a nation to survive is to basically to act as one. In the current situation, how is the industry among the players? You think do they still have at this stage? Do you still have a fierce competition among them in order to survive in this particular conflict era right now?
Okay, thank you. That's a very good question, Dr. Shahrin. Basically, right now, we work as one. We collaborated our assets, we collaborated our resources to work together towards one goal. For example, if one company, okay, let's just give an example. If I secure a big movement of medical consumables, so I might not have MTO license. So I need to collaborate with my colleagues who have MTO license to carry all those government projects. And like I said, my company is very lean, so we don't have so much assets. So I need to access assets from companies which have heavy assets. For example, multimodal, container national, they have trucks, they have container haulage. So I need to use their facilities. And if the stock need to be stored somewhere, I need to use somebody else's warehouses. So one thing good coming out of this, we see a lot more collaboration, and the prices are the prices are more competitive. Some are more expensive than the others, some are better than the others. So because suddenly they have no businesses. From my opinion, when MCO kicked in, easily 80% of the business in the market being wiped out, because based on the assumption that the essential businesses represent only 20 or 25% from the whole industry, from the whole economy. So you imagine from having 10 ringgit, right now you only have 2 ringgit to spend. So and everybody need to share that 2 ringgit. So since we are sharing, let's share together. But having said that, that 20% of economy is now growing on exponential rate. So they did not stay at 20%. They're not doubling up in terms of demand. So a lot of movement of PPEs, face masks, food are going. In fact, importation of what we call these medical devices, consumable, are moving heavily right now. Not just in Malaysia, all over the world. Did I answer you correctly?
Hello, Assalamualaikum. So probably now Dr. Shahrin has have problem with his line. So now we will move on to the next question. So the next question, the third question is it is obvious now that we just got lucky to be locked down when we have almost everything on the line. So we have e-commerce and all that. So from essentials, food, socializing, education, so you name it. And what could possibly happen if all these we don't have all this?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kabir. I have two answers to approach this question. It's good and bad, actually. It's good and bad. Okay, let me give you an example. Why we are in this situation at the first place? Because the advent of technology that we are in. I mean, it started in Wuhan, but right now it's all over the world. Why? And because we have a super good transportation system all over the world. So it is spread by logistics, by transport. Yeah, I mean the thing that we studied actually the source of the expansion of the pandemics. Yeah, so this is bad because all the good technology suddenly become bad because it became the agent of how it goes all over the world. And now they reach America, which America right now hit 1 million cases, and I think about 1/4 of the whole death statistic come from US alone. Yeah, so with all the internet, that you are mentioning right now, it became hell break loose, and because of the social media, our WhatsApp, we got all those forwarded messages, fake news. What happened? We went on panic buying. I mean, not just us. You see, all over the world have gone on a panic buying supermarket, which the supply is actually there, but sudden panic buying, it became a lot of problem for everybody. So that would say internet is actually not a good thing as well. The good thing is the information can be spread easily to everybody. So using the same communication technology, information like MCO restriction can be disseminated, so people will stay at home and keep on doing what they're doing. So it keeps everybody sane as well, because suddenly everybody is playing all those games on the social media. They started all those video calls, conference calls. It's quite interesting to see what that come up from that. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back to my first point about transport spreading this disease. Africa is not the most developed continent in the world. So, alhamdulillah, Africa is not having a lot cases. Yeah. Again, can be debated. There's two things to look at it. One, not much information coming up from the continent because of less resources and all the communication. But there's a probability also that those planes from Wuhan doesn't go direct to Africa and less impacted them. And not having internet in Africa is a good thing. So they know what's happening inside the world. So they just business as usual. They're just happy, like what they say, ignorance is a bliss. So I'm gonna see this from the 2 point of view. There's good and bad. So you decide which point you want to take. Thank you.
Yeah, agree with you on that, because we see now we can do so many things at home and work like normal, and we can actually be productive as well. So my next question will be about a bit about.
Sorry, Dr. Kabir.
Okay.
It's crazy now. We work Saturday, Sunday too now. Nobody is. Your bosses ask you to work on Saturday, Sunday too. So sometimes they call you in the middle of the night. So I tell you, it's crazy.
Okay, now just let's explore a bit on the operational side about logistics.
Okay.
So probably our audience would like to hear, how is it going on with the cross-border activities? How is it going over there?
Oh, okay. Talking about border, Malaysia basically have bordering to 3 countries. Land border to 3 countries. Singapore, our south border. Thailand, our north border. Tebudu in Sarawak for our East Malaysia. Yeah. So as for Singapore, if I'm not mistaken, is business as usual, but only for essential services, only for essential goods. But they have closed the border after midnight. They open up again at 6. So at which prior to this, Singapore is 24 hours movement, in terms of border activity. And for those who already have license, MITI authorization letters, registered with MITI for the cargos, they are essential. They don't have so much problem at Singapore, because Singapore needs some of the cargo that coming up from Malaysia, and we also need some of the cargo coming up from Singapore. So according to my sources down south, it's almost the same, only for the essential cargos. Okay, as for Thailand, movement of people memang tak ada, sama macam Singapore. There's no movement of people, but cargo has been reduced to 40%. I spoke to one of the biggest operator for Thailand South Thailand rubber woods industry. The whole throughput has been reduced to 40% right now in Thailand. That impacted rail and land, rail in Padang Besar and land in Bukit Kayu Hitam as well. Okay. As for Terbedu, I contacted my Federation of Malaysian Freight Forwarders council member, which Bumi Chang in Sarawak. Surprisingly, it's on the opposite. They stop all the cargo movement. I don't know why they stop all the cargo movement, but they allow minimal movement of people. That doesn't make sense. I do not have time to double check to confirm or validify the what he said, but he said cargo stop, movement of people are going on. I'm going to assume that this could be the movement of a Malaysian citizen coming back from Kalimantan, coming back to Sarawak. That's about it. Singapore, Thailand, and Sarawak. Indonesia.
Right, thank you.
Hi, Dr. Shahrin, welcome back.
Sorry, I've been locked out. My laptop having a problem.
Lockdown.
So now I'm using my phone. Okay, all right. So Mr. Gabi, what is the next question? What was the question? You're discussing which question right now? Okay.
We just finished number 4.
Question number 4.
Finished number 4, the cross border.
Oh, okay, the cross border.
We just finished that. We're going to 5.
All right. Okay, I think for the cross border aspect, or we're talking about terms of international trade. One of the important aspects is, I think, is right now what's happening can help a better movement is maybe we're talking about digitalization. So maybe in the future this might be one of the features that can be looked at. And I think FAIZ mentioned that what is cross-border activities right now is happening, and I think it creates a lot of features that we need to look at. And I just maybe I want to just add a few points on the question number 3, you're talking about in terms of how collaboration being done within companies. And I think one of the terms right now that might be significant for the logistic industry is we call it competition. Is it collaboration and also competition among logistic company? So they collaborate at the same time they compete. So this type of engagement is basically can help a lot of organizations to understand that how does all these situations that help the company actually to help each other to move forward. And among others is to look at on how to do maybe joint marketing, joint resources, just like the FAIZ mentioned just now. Okay, all right, we go to the next question is about okay, the price of petrol has gone up. Has gone down, and does it affect a lot in terms of operational costs right now to the logistic company?
Yeah, it's good news that the prices are low, but we cannot feel the immediate impact. We do not enjoy this. I'm giving an example from my personal point of view. My car, I just throughout this, I only filled it up one time. One time after this, how many weeks? We are into our what?
43rd
7
day.
weeks. For the third day, and I only fill up once, and even that, when I filled it up, it's already half full. So I did not enjoy whatever reduction in the prices of petrol. Okay, from the industry point of view, again, for those who have asset, they are not moved, they do not enjoy the saving. For those who have asset, they are moving, they are actually reaping the most benefit from the current price decrease. Yeah. So and it's only a few months because there are so many losses on the other side. So you cannot really see this goes directly to the bottom line. This can only reduce the damage that's done by MCO. Thank you.
Okay, I think for the price of fuel, petrol, which has gone down, is basically is benefit to a lot of consumers. But I think in the logistics organization, whoever is doing a business right now, they are benefiting from that because they will have the operational cost might be lower. But overall, I think when we talk about oil price, if you look at in the broader perspective, the demand and supply, especially the demand for oil and gas, might be reduced right now. For example, if company is not working, is not driving their trucks, even though the price is low, still they are not benefiting it, and even the suppliers also might not be benefiting from this particular situation. But overall, I think we need to wait. Hopefully, that this price will maintain like this until after MCO, and we still need to enjoy. Even the logistic company also need to enjoy this benefit in the future, so that the oil price will maintain. Okay, I will go to the next question. So COVID-19 has definitely changed the way we look at logistic problems. So would there be what we call new way of engaging third-party logistics or engaging new truck drivers, or what type? Maybe need to have a new training plan for logistics company in order for them to go for maybe for post COVID-19 after this.
Thank you, Dr. Shahrin. Personally, I really enjoyed listening to this question because this has been the biggest impact to MCO, where I think suddenly all the new opportunities coming up. Although we have problems, yeah, everywhere we have problems, but new opportunities coming up because working from home, suddenly we still working using Zoom or Google Meet or WhatsApp video, and we increase whatever social media engagement that we can use even for marketing for that. In fact, I can say that COVID-19 will be speeding up IR 4.0 definitely. I repeat, definitely. So you just look at what's happening right now. They are printing 3D printing the face shields. We have online purchases like nobody business. I mean crazy online purchases that's happening right now. I'm talking about even my mom ordering via Go Shop lah, all those Wow Shop lah. So I cannot even manage her right now. Last mile has been growing exponentially. crazy growth. The other day I saw one article about Post Malaysia are recruiting people at this time, recruiting people just to do that. So a lot of these courier companies are enjoying the search in business for last mile, delivery of products, also delivery of food. So this is happening, and all of these are done online. And you have never seen Bazaar Ramadan in the marketplace, in an online marketplace. Suddenly there is. So right prior to this, you can only buy Vivi Yusof Fashion Valet. I purposely give Vivi Yusof as an example because they are your directors, yeah. So, board of directors, yeah. So right now, Ramadan Bazaar is online. Crazy, this never happened before. So last mile operators like Foodpanda, GrabFood, even the taxis are enjoying this. Express and courier companies, their e-fulfillment centers, the warehouses are full right now. So there's good. There's good. There are also great things happening right now, and this suddenly became the new normal. Yeah, I'm thinking right now, I do not need to run an office after this. I mean, I ask my staff, you can work from home. Probably I can pay less. I mean, I do not have to pay their claim, their parking, their petrol for movement, because they can manage everything from home. They can also save by not sending their kids to nurseries because they can manage themselves. So this new normal that's gonna happen is something gonna be interesting. I'd like to add another thing is because of the sudden demand in medical devices and consumables, a lot of logistic companies like me, we are moving into cross trading. Suddenly, we are doing trading. We're doing it for people. Prior to this, we are only importing or exporting from to and from Malaysia. Right now, I'm actually managing a movement, a cargo from Shanghai to UAE, from Shanghai to Slovenia. This never happened before. So, it's quite interesting because the MCO COVID-19 actually opening up some opportunities to people that they never think this ever had. Yeah, I think that's about it, Dr. Shahrin.
Okay, I think it is quite interesting to see what will happen next, and currently also a lot of logistic organization has started to diversify. So this is basically looking at in terms of the logistic company came up with a new business model, how for them to survive. So with this new business model right now is actually is forcing them to innovate and also renovate their processes. This will happen to FAIZ companies right now. So in order for the companies or most company after this, they have to basically to become much more innovative and much more creative, and with the what we call new product or services offering that they wanted to do, they have to basically understand what different type of needs that the consumer wants right now. So it has changed. Last mile delivery is become what we call apa yang pakai tadi exponential
growth.
Exponential growth right now. So it's tremendous right now. But and even most laju also is what we call recruiting people. But still they have some problems about delivery constraint that they have right now. So they have to be much more creative. Maybe the delivery part that they wanted to do right now akan jadi much more different in the future, and we might be much more conservative after this, because right now people are talking about banyak just in time. Maybe right now kena just in case lah. Right, we go back to traditional way of storing things. That might happen. That what I can see in the post-COVID aspect. Another thing I think what has become so important also after this is in terms of humanitarian logistics.
I think during this particular convict era, this particular concept is so important, and when the government did the PKPD yang diperketatkan tu, where the people in that particular area langsung tak boleh keluar rumah, and when they did at Selayang, I think a few days ago they started at Selayang. Even Selayang people are saying that they are only receiving beras, tepung, telur macam tu lah, but tak ada barang basah. Alright. So they just a small case of Selayang. But you just imagine, we're talking about in terms of all over the world, even in all over Malaysia, for example, the humanitarian logistics concept right now needs to be further enhanced. And I think a logistics company also needs to look at this particular situation, this particular concept, because it can create what we call another, even though there is humanitarian logistics right now, but I think the concept will be much more greater after this, and we must be prepared so that for the post-convict that this concept can be further enhanced, and it can benefit a lot of organizations, a lot of consumers after this. And I think what will be happening also after this post-convict, I think what needs to be done is a lot of organizations need to think of about, if you look at the COVID-19 issue, there might be ways of think about contactless and flexible delivery system. Mungkin dia bukan lagi macam sistem yang sekarang dia deliver. There might be a different way of delivering things. So
I'm quite surprised, Dr. Shahrin.
Now. Hello?
I'm quite surprised. We heard Amazon for many years they're trying to promote drones, but I'm quite surprised it doesn't really take off. It doesn't really take off. I don't know why. What you say is true. Drones should be forefront right now. I mean, in humanitarian logistics, in delivery of goods and food, but that just doesn't happen. Or maybe the price is still too high.
Yeah, it's true. For drone aspect, I think one of the aspect is the infrastructure is not ready. The regulation also is one aspect, but infrastructure-wise, if you wanted to do a delivery drone for food, for example, the drop zone or the drop off, how it needs to be done. In China, they did it by having a robot to be delivered from the point of the drone drop the food, and then there's this a robot that sends to the house. And so if that to be in Malaysia, infrastructure must be there. I know that some companies are focusing on that, but at this particular situation, that might be what you mentioned just now. The IR4 needs to be speed up, and that particular thing also needs to be taken off. I think that is what a lot of organizations needs to focus after this post-convict. Okay, we're going to go to the next question. Okay, this question here, I think some people posted here. We've seen people sanitizing their goods when it's being delivered. Is it necessary to do that? Ni industri kena jawab lah.
I don't think so lah, Dr. Shahrin. First and foremost, people who receive any cargo, they will still sanitize it. So don't be too paranoid. There's need to be everything need to be sanitized. Yeah. But then again, having said that, for cargos that under their SOP need to address all the sanitizing, you have to continue. So fumigation, if you need fumigation or you need some clearance on that, you need to do it, you do it. Yeah. So for those who do not, tak payah.
Okay, and based on that particular point, I think in halal logistics, the concept of SER2 has been introduced by cleansing the trucks. I think when the companies who are having HAKIM MS 2400, and one of the process of to ensure of the halal integrity is to have SER2, and that might be a way of sanitizing, and SER2 basically is cleansing aspect. And some companies that is doing SER2 business, they personally I look at the results. They're saying that the cleansing of SER2 is much more better than the normal cleansing. I mean, all the type of bacteria that has been removed from the trucks. So Sanitizing, I do agree maybe with FAIZ. Maybe we don't have to sanitize the good before being delivered. But in the future, I think when people are looking on halal logistics and they have served to process, and this might be complementing each other to look at in terms of how to kill bacteria, for example, during delivery. But I think for the time being, I think that will be the case only if you are in the halal logistics business, then you might be served to. But if you are not, then in the way. Okay, I think we are down to the last questions today. Two more questions basically. Lastly, I think basically what would be your advice for the industry players in this particular COVID-19 era?
Digitalize your business.
Digitalize the business.
You need to digitalize before this, it's like good to have. But now, COVID-19 MCO has proven that we need it more than ever. So if you're not ready, we're not going to be there. I mean, we're not going to be taking all those advantage. Yeah. So embrace IR 4.0. In whatever way that you possibly can. Yeah. If you can start to automate your business processes, do it. Well, one thing for sure, post-pandemic, we're gonna be more stronger than ever. When the new normal kicks in, we're gonna be more cautious about cleanliness. We'll be more cautious about our distance. We're gonna take care about ourselves better. Yeah. As for companies, I pretty much think risk management and BCP, business continuity plan, will be the forefront in whatever they're doing, because for those who are not ready, they don't have RM and they do not have BCPs, so they don't know what hit them. They don't even know how to organize and how to start. So for those who have all this plan in place, they know what to do immediately from the word go. Yeah, so we just need to be ready. I like to give an example. I'd like to give an example of why Vietnam cases are low. Why they are low? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. I don't want them to be worse than us, but we need to understand why they are low. The answer is because they've been hit hard during SARS. They've been hit so hard during SARS. So when that happened, they have actually anticipated this. They know what to do. I mean, it's like they have their own risk management planning. They have their own BCP planning. So when it happened, it's like everybody knows what to do. They put on their mask. They do social distancing. They stay at home. They don't create any more problem. They lock the airport. They're probably one of the most ready country in the world. So that's also going to happen to companies and ourselves. So again, I repeat, digitalize your business, embrace IR 4.0, and we definitely going to be stronger after this. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Dr. Shahrin and FAIZ.
Yeah.
So we actually have 3 questions in our chat box. Ada 3 soalan, 2 from Rashan Anwar and 1 from Mr. Lutfi, MSU. Probably you would like to select any one or any two which you would like to answer. Boleh tengok dalam chat box.
I am Dr. Kavi. I am from my phone. I am chatting from my phone. I'm unable to read those comments. So if you can read it for me, probably I can try to address that. Yeah.
Okay, so the first question is, how do you see the impact of recent COVID tax introduction by government of India for the time being, and how G2G can play their role to support the producer and exporter from Malaysia? It is important to keep the local producer from Malaysia. It is important to keep the local producer to keep their business running in order to generate domestic demand and supply.
Can I answer that first, Dr. Shahrin?
Yes, go.
Okay. Basically, I read in the news probably last week. Tan Sri Muhyiddin is one of the most loudest head of government. They're trying to promote collaboration, global collaboration between other countries to open up the economy now or after the pandemic. So definitely he is looking at this on a big scale. So and the good thing is that he is now talking to other head of government to have a concerted effort how to manage this. And definitely whatever he's doing, he is doing with the economy and our produce at the back of his mind. So likewise, whatever we are enjoying prior to the pandemic, we're gonna enjoy. We're gonna enjoy more after this. And we, of course, the world need to heal. The economy need to heal. We're gonna take time. Some take longer time than the others. But inshallah, I am confident with our leadership. We are in good hands. And as for India COVID-19 tax, I'm sorry, I have no information about that right now, but I can find out and always come back to you guys later. Yeah.
Yeah, I might need to respond to questions from Dr. Suhaila Abdul Muid. The question is, may I know your thoughts about recovery of Malaysian economy after NCO? How to make sure the economy is still in place even with cautious movement? Because we still need to implement social distancing and avoid crises, crowded places, confined place. Soalan tu lah, the question. Yeah, I might look at on the logistics perspective, and if you look at in terms of the supply chain aspect, like what Cipai mentioned just now, companies needs to go for digitalization right now. So if you look at a movement, for example, all three movement, okay, chicken movement from slaughtering house and straight up to the consumers. Okay, there are a lot of activities, a lot of actors that is involved, and a lot of loading and unloading activities being done. So some people are saying that how does the social distance can be monitored during this whole process? So if you have a digitalization aspect, and we're talking about in terms of AI, I think our team at UiTM is doing like this. Mitrans is looking at this particular aspect right now, together with their partners, and how to use AI, to use IoT and this blockchain aspect to monitor the whole process in order to make sure that social distancing, crowding places can be monitored throughout the supply chain. But it is still in early stage. So once again, digitalization is one of the way to move forward right now. If we are just working at the conservative, the old way of supply chain, it might not work. So that's why the new norm, where right now we're talking about in terms of how to do some changes and what to ensure that the resilience of the company can move on. So that will be my thoughts on that, basically on the logistic and supply chain aspect for that particular question. Chief Faiz, we get one last question.
Yeah.
I will read to you from Rashid Omar Anwar. Post effect of COVID-19, how do the panel think on how logistic partner may rerun their business? Will there be any guidance or support from no support provided by any government body to this player in order to generate micro-econ or domestic movement? Faiz said about collaboration between providers, but I'm pretty sure that not all parties in the whole supply chain will know each other, will know each of their role. Any mechanism to the local player?
I used to hear this from one very learned person, Dr. Halina. She actually mentioned that logistics and transportation is basically the veins and arteries for economy. So without transportation and logistics, the trade just don't move. Yeah, I mean the economy cannot survive. So this is just temporary. I mean, so guys, listen up. This is just temporary. You just need to hold on for a few months more. Inshallah, after they found the vaccine, everything's going to be okay. But like I said just now, the economy need to heal. But the economy cannot move faster without good transportation. So I think we are going to be the main agent for growth. We are going to be, the demand of transport going to be more than ever after this. I do not think carrying cargo has so much problem in social distancing, in terms of, in fact, I think movement of cargo will be the main thing that's going to be revived, because a lot of the non-essential industries are not moving right now, but they have stocks. They can't wait to move those stocks, and right now they are also containers, non-essential goods containers stuck in the ports to be discharged for imports and to be cleared to be exported. So that's going to move immediately. Yeah. So I think transport going to have a good surge immediately after pandemic, and collaboration still gonna go on. What else? Downside? Any downside? Passengers, yeah, transportation in terms of people is going to be a problem. So a lot of people still scared going out. So in fact, it's good to be more cautious. Public transportation is going to be affected a lot. Let's just take an example. Wuhan has opened up the economy about 2 weeks ago. I mean, those restaurants are now ready to serve, but 11 million of Wuhan population still eat at home. So it's good to be cautious, yeah. So it will take time. So passenger transportation is going to be affected a bit more than cargo. Cargo, I think you're going to have a good surge. So get ready, guys. Whoever in the transportation industry right now, get ready for better business, inshallah, in the next few months. Yeah, that's going to be my answer.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Faiz. Okay. I think we are at the end of the session. But I might have one last question to Mr. Faiz because I think some of the audience kita ni adalah transport student.
Yeah.
So maybe they want to know basically how do you end up in the industry and what is your advice to them in order for them to be in the industry, because we want the transport students to be in the logistic and supply chain industry. Kan? Some of them akan pergi tempat lain. So what's your advice to them, and share why you choose the logistic industry?
Actually, it's a natural instinct. I mean, I did not choose. Probably I choose my course. I choose after SPM. I actually chose my course to transportation. I mean, the reason I chose it because my uncle is also doing transportation. Some of you guys might know him. Arabi Abdullah is my uncle. My mom's cousin. Yeah. So I think why not? So this guy looked like he's doing good. He's driving a Honda Civic in the early 20s. Yeah, so I was like, I might want to drive Honda Civic as well. Yeah, so I joined ADBA Transport, and then immediately after that, I got to work in the port. I got to work in logistics. Right now, I'm running my own logistic business. It's good to be active when you are in universities. It's good that you are any of you whoever are running posts in the JPP.
They call MVP right now.
MVP.
MPP.
Okay, Majlis Perwakilan Pelajar. Yeah. One of my seniors there also, Azrina. Hi, she's my kakak JPP. Yeah. I am one of the guy who actually in the campaign team. So and get active while you're studying. So you can learn a lot when you work, because when you're working, that's where all your experience, joining all those associations, societies, perwakilan pelajar will make use. I'm giving you an example. I am the Vice President of Persatuan Pengusaha Logistik Bumi Putra. I am also a member of SAFLA, a council member in Federation of Malaysian Freight Forwarders. I'm also active in CILT. I'm the Vice Chairman for Young Professional Subcommittee. And this networking, collaboration gives
I think we lost. Sangkut.
Network. I'm still here. Am I still here?
Yes, you are.
Hello. Am I still here?
Yes, are you still here?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay. So get yourself busy. Get yourself busy. You go through your classes. Do your extracurricular activities. When you will be more ready when you work. Yeah. So why I chose logistics is natural instinct, and logistics is one of the subject that is actually can cross all industries. There are logistics in construction, there are logistics in e-goods, there are logistics in, you name it, everything they have logistics. Yeah. So it's like finance, it's like HR. You have HR in all industries. So logistics is there in every industry, and you should take all the advantage of having these extra things. I mean, having a logistic education background. Yeah. So don't worry, you have chosen the right course. So good luck in your future working career future. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. And then from my perspective as an academician, I did work in the industry for 2 years. Basically, industri penat tiring walaupun baru 2 tahun working. So then I changed. So one of the way I still want to be in the industry. I still want to be contributing to the industry. So why did I joined the academic world? And then after 23 years in the academic world, then I can see that academician can share their views in different perspectives, and it helps also in terms of how you can work in terms of in line with this particular aspect. And for me myself, I'm the chairman for logistics under Standard Malaysia for the Standard Malaysia for Logistics and Packaging Group. Our pengarah Dr. Harina is one of the chairman for TC10 under Halal Logistics in Istanbul under SMIC. So basically, you can still contribute when you are the industry or you are being academician also, but in a different way. So it's up to you. You need to decide, you guys who are studying right now, and then hopefully that you will get whatever benefits that you can get when you are studying in here in UiTM or any universities in Malaysia by doing logistics course and transport courses. And then you are important to the industry, and your contribution will be needed in the future. So I think I'll pass to Dr. Kabe. Dr. Kabe, are you there?
Right. Yep, I'm here. Okay, thank you very much to our panel, Dr. SHAHRIN and also Mr. FAIZ. Hope that their view can actually enlighten our knowledge on current issue, which is COVID-19, and also what the logistic as the frontiers in battling the COVID-19. So on behalf of Mitrans, I would like to apologize for any hiccups during our very first webinar session today. We will probably have more series soon, and I would also like to thank you all for being here. I know there are a lot of also professional and expert in here, And for some questions which you have just posted, we probably would not able to answer that. So I will pass the questions to the panel, and probably they will answer it later on. And also we'll share with you guys on the recorded session today. So I have all the emails, so I will just email to you guys the link. So ada minta nyanyi pula ni. Okay. Okay, alright. With that, selamat berpuasa and welcome to our new director, Prof. IR NASIR Taib, and also new deans of Faculty of Business Management, Dr. Nurati Ahmad. Okay, with that, thank you very much and see you guys in the next session of our webinar series. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. See you.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.